Hello and welcome to Faithfully Stampin' with Jennifer Helm. I am Jennifer Helm, the Faithful Stamper, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I have for you today a quick and easy gift card holder. This gift card holder is so easy. When I put one together for the first time last weekend at a retreat I was at, I thought to myself, this is so simple. I can't believe I didn't think of this myself. Unbelievably easy. No fancy cutting, no fancy folding. Really super sweet and easy. So let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to make it. Here is the front of the gift card holder. And then when you lift the flap up, there's a little pocket here, which is perfect for your gift cards. So to make this, we're going to start with a piece of cardstock, half a sheet. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored down the middle already at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to fold that in half, and I'm going to determine, this is a little bit longer, so this is going to be my front. Here's the first cut that you have to make, and this is the one that might make you think a little bit more, but again, not complicated at all. What you want to do is you want to cut in 1 1/4 inches from the left side of the card, but only to the score line. You don't want to cut the whole thing apart. We just want to create that flap to make the pocket. So to make it easier for you to see, I'm going to use my paper trimmer score a little bit differently. We have the cutting arm here, and what I love about it is you can use this full side at 6 inches, and it does also have the extendable bar. But you can also use for shortcuts the right side, and that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to take my paper, so this is what I want to be the front. I'm going to turn it around like this and open it up, and I'm going to line it up to the 1 1/4 inch on the right side. But what I'm going to do is slide my cutting blade up. The dark one is the cutting blade. My scoring blade is light. I'm pushing it out of the way. But there are hash marks on the sides, actually all 4 sides of the cutting blade. But what I can do is I can line it up with my score line here and start there and just score straight up. And then here is that card with that flap that I've created just like that. So that's the basis for our card. And then one more quick cut and we will be done. I have a piece of designer series paper that is 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall. And what I'm going to simply do with this is cut 1 inch from the left side so that I have a 1x4 and a 4x4. That's all the cutting we're doing tonight. Easy peasy. Okay. So to start, what we're going to do is take our 1x4 and glue it on the piece that's going to become our pocket. Now for most of the card, you do not need any special glue. So I'm using Stampin' Seal. I'm a tape runner girl. And there's only one piece here, which I'll show you in just a moment, where we're going to need a particular piece or type of glue. So we'll go ahead and do that now, so that's out of the way. To create our gift card pocket, we want to glue this down, but obviously you don't want to glue the whole thing down because then you don't have a pocket to put your gift card in. So I'm going to use tear and tape. You could also use liquid glue, but you want it to be narrow so that you can just go around the edges to form that pocket. Now my favorite trick, I cannot take credit from, someone taught me this years ago, is to take tear and tape, and this is 1/4 inch. So I'm going to put it right up against the edge of the paper as close as I can get. If you have something thinner, that's great, but our tear and tape is 1/4 inch. Then I'm going to take a block and put it right at where I want to tear my tape and pull back against it. Look at that nice clean edge I got. And then I'm going to just do the same thing across my little pocket here at the top. I adore this trick because when I used to just tear the tape, I would never be able to peel the edges off. And now, almost always, I can use my fingernails to do so, or I can just grab my take your pick tool and the stylus or the pointy end and lift it right up. So once I've got that tear and tape in place, I'm just going to fold this down. I'm just gonna make sure that it's folding flat and that my edges meet nicely. I've actually got a smidgen of overhang here. I could trim that off if I want, but I don't think it's enough to worry about. And nobody's going to notice once the whole card is decorated. So quick and easy already, we've got that gift card pocket formed. So now we're gonna do some decorating. We have this 4x4" square of designer series paper. This is from our Sentimental Christmas suite, and it coordinates with our Sentimental Wishes stamp set. So this is what I'm using for my words tonight, and then we're gonna use the little bow stamp as an accent. But before I glue it down, I want to add some ribbon. So I'm going to take this beautiful ribbon and get a piece that's a little bit longer than I need. This is our Shaded Spruce satin and sheer ribbon. It's 1/2 inch wide. It's gorgeous. I love that shimmer. It ties bows beautifully. We'll come back to that in a little bit. But what I'm going to do is tack this down with some tape. Some ladies that I know like to use adhesive. I never have good luck with that. So I usually use a piece of tape and just tack my ends down using tape, like that. Okay, now that my ribbon is on and secure, I'm going to add some adhesive so I can put this on the front of the card. I do tend to use a little more adhesive when I have ribbon because I want to make sure that ribbon isn't convincing the paper to peel off the front of the card. So I like to use a little extra just for that reason. Okay, so a little press, that's good to go. And then we'll finish decorating the front. I have my double oval punch. So what I'm gonna do first is bring over a scrap of basic white and use my Shaded Spruce ink to stamp For Someone Special. And then I have a piece of Real Red. So from the Real Red, I'm going to punch out a scallop oval, like so. And then I'm going to use the bottom half of the punch and punch out my For Someone Special to layer right on top. This is one of my favorite punches. This is our double oval punch. It is very well worn and well loved because I use it a lot. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and layer these together. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use our mini dimensionals and put them very close to the top and the bottom because I don't want this stuck completely to the ribbon. I want to kind of have the ribbon going in the channel in between, and that way my ribbon will stay in place and my sentiment piece will not fall off the front of the card. So I'm going to take a minute and look and see where I might want to put this. Sometimes there's something I want to hide or something I want to accent. So I think I'm going to put this here. Give that a little press. I'm going to tie a bow with our beautiful ribbon. And then add this to the card front. I am not the world's best tire of bows. Ooh. I thought I was gonna have to redo that. I think I redeemed it. So let's see here, trim that. I think that will do. So now I'm gonna take my bow and a glue dot. I like to bring my glue my bow right to my glue dot. Let me see which side of the bow. I think I actually want that one. So I just press it right on the glue dot and then lift the whole thing up. And then position my bow on the front of the card. Isn't that cute? I love it. Now I'm going to add a little bling. This is our Tinsel Gems 3-pack. And I'm going to use the blue. Kind of pulls in, it really makes the blue pop on this designer series paper. So I'm just going to take a couple and add them as accents to my card. I'm even gonna put one over here on the gift card pocket to kind of pull that all together. Then I just need to finish up the inside and the envelope. So for the inside, it's a 4-inch square of basic white. I'm going to stamp Have a Very Merry Christmas from that Sentimental Wishes set in shaded spruce. And then I'm going to use real red ink for my little bow accents. And I have to tell you, I love accent stamps. But I really think that this bow is the perfect accent stamp. And look how crisp and clean that bow came out. I love it. All right, so my envelope is done. I'm gonna take my stamp and seal and just attach this to the inside of the card. You can, if you like, add a strip of designer series paper to the bottom or even the top or the sides if you feel that that works for your card design. I was going to put a strip of designer series paper, just a small like 1/2-inch strip in here. I didn't like how it looked, so I left it off. All right, so there is your quick and easy gift card holder. What do you think of that? Nice and easy, right? Great for any occasion because all you have to do is tailor your paper to your occasion, and with a couple simple steps, you're ready to go. So let's take a look at some other samples. I wanted to show you first, if you are like me, and more often than not, forget to glue down your ribbon before your or you glue down your paper before you put your ribbon on. I'm famous for that. So here I remember to do it, but my very first card that I made in this style was this card, and I completely glued down this designer series paper before I realized it needed ribbon. I said, ugh, never fear. I cut a longer piece of ribbon, so I actually wrapped it around the whole panel, used tape to secure it in the middle, and then I just hid it behind my tag. So really no harm, no foul, just a little bit more ribbon used, but still a very beautiful gift card holder. Pardon. Okay, so if you all have been watching my channel, you know I like to give you lots and lots of options when I create a project. So here we have the horizontal orientation with the gift card holder, but you can very easily turn it sideways. The only thing you need to do differently is cut your designer series paper at 4 inches across and 5 inches down, and then cut that 1 inch from the bottom of the panel so that you have 4x4 at the top and then the 1x4 at the bottom. And I'll even let you in on a little secret. I'll tell on myself here. I goofed because before I cut my card base, I cut my designer series paper on this one, and I was just kind of listening to my kids make a lot of noise, and I realized I cut this at 1 1/4 instead of 1 inch, and I thought, ugh. And then I thought, you know what? It's okay. I just cut my cut on the front at 1 1/2. So my pocket here is a little bit deeper, and I did have to cut this a 1/4 inch smaller so it would fit. But really, nobody would know unless you tell them that you did it. So just don't tell on yourself. But again, same card, just a little bit different orientation. All right, so we're gonna step away. Actually, I have one more Christmas card to show you. This one features our wintry nests. I love these birds. You've probably seen them a lot on some of my videos if you watch them here. And so I added a die cut shape in the back, some beautiful bling. This is my favorite bling. Fussy cut the birds out, and there I did add the strip of designer series paper for the inside, but love that. Again, you can see how these could be used for any occasion. Now I do have a sneak peek. It is November of 2024, and we have some new online exclusives debuting tomorrow on the Stampin' Up! Site. If you haven't checked them out, you can check out my website at thefaithfulstamper.stampinup.net. And we have 2 suites of products, additional stamp sets, and just some more goodies there. So be sure to check them out periodically. We also have 2 new kits debuting tomorrow. We have 2 new kits debut each month at Stampin' Up! So, and they're really been beautiful lately. So this is from our Utterly Amazing stamp set. You can see the really cute DSP that's got the little fishes running through one of our otter friends die cut from the paper. And I added I fussy cut one of the otters from the side of the paper. I didn't want to waste him. So here he is just peeking out and saying hello from that gift card pocket. This beautiful blue, it's actually Lost Lagoon cording, is part of the suite as well as these Riverside pearl embellishments. I think I buried them. I can't find them to pull them out at the moment. Here is a second card though. Again, more otter friends. And I love the little fishes here. And again, here's our little otter buddy peeking out. So again, this is online exclusive, debuting on our website, so be sure to check that out. And I kept the theme going with the little fish on the envelope too. And then I fast forwarded just a little bit. I know we were talking Christmas at the beginning of the video, but our second suite is Hearts and Valentines. So here is a Valentine gift card holder. There's lots of die cuts that you're going to see a lot in here, pardon, momentarily as I show you some of the samples. The gold cording here is part of the suite, as well as these beautiful flat gold heart embellishments. So there's the inside. I think I could not cough all day and I get on camera, and there we are. And you can mix and match your paper. The reverse side of all the papers in this suite have some gold foil accents running through them. So it's fun to kind of pull that out and play with it. I also discovered that our cherry cobbler ribbon coordinates beautifully with the set as well because it pulls that gold out too. Again, you can see the different die cut hearts. And there's more. I intended to make 2. I ended up making 6 samples from the Valentine's Day suite. So here's another one. There's this large die cut heart with the stitching or pierced look there. It was hard to decide which paper I wanted to showcase, so I did multiple sheets. And I didn't actually show them all to you. This one I pulled in the kind of non-traditional purple for Valentine's Day. This is probably my favorite die of the set, the heart with the stitching detail to it. And then a couple more Valentine's Day. For this one, I die cut the heart from my 4x4 panel and then glued down the edge, flipped the middle and popped it on dimensionals and added some accent hearts. So I'm just getting ahead of the game a little bit for next year. And then last but not least, here is one more. Again, you can make them as simple or as complex as you like, but lots of options for you. So there you have our quick and easy gift card holder. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make that, and I hope it helps you in your crafting. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would love to have you here as part of that community. You can click the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when new videos are posted here on the page. And you can find me over on Facebook as The Faithful Stamper. I share a lot more about specials and incentives, sales that Stampin' Up! Has going on, and other projects and contests there on my page. So I would love to have you there as well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and happy crafting.